Hello and welcome to What the F Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, December 17th, 2020. Welcome to day 1428. The United States reported a record 247,403 new coronavirus cases and 3,656 COVID-19 deaths, the deadliest day of the pandemic to date. 3 times as many people in the United States are dying every day now than there were 3 months ago, and the number of new cases is 6 times higher than what it was then. Meanwhile, another 885,000 Americans filed new claims for unemployment benefits last week, the highest weekly total in 3 months. Another 455,000 people applied for pandemic unemployment assistance, a federal program for the self-employed, gig workers, and others who don't qualify for traditional unemployment. Before the pandemic, weekly jobless claims typically numbered about 225,000. In D.C., lawmakers say they're close to passing a $900 billion coronavirus stimulus deal, but Congress is also preparing for the possibility of a short government shutdown. Lawmakers have to pass a government funding and pandemic rescue package before federal funding lapses at 12:01 a.m. on Saturday. Republican leaders reportedly want to pass a stopgap spending bill that would extend the current government funding deadline by 48 hours, but Democrats want to pressure negotiators to come up with a deal by Friday night. The draft coronavirus proposal includes $600 in payments for individuals, $300 per week in supplemental unemployment benefits, aid for small businesses, and about $17 billion for airlines. It does not include aid for state and local governments or lawsuit liability protection. Roughly 12 million people are set to lose benefits if pandemic-era provisions to expand unemployment eligibility expire, and millions could face eviction if a federal moratorium expires at the end of the year. Moving on, suspected Russian hackers accessed the networks that maintain the U.S. nuclear weapons stockpile. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency warned that the hacks pose a grave risk to government networks and critical infrastructure. The list of known victims of the Russian hacks now includes the National Nuclear Security Administration, as well as the State, Treasury, Energy, Commerce, and Homeland Security departments, plus the National Institutes of Health. Meanwhile, the House Judiciary Committee plans to reissue a subpoena for former White House counsel Don McGahn's testimony in 2021. McGahn was a central witness in Robert Mueller's obstruction of justice investigation. McGahn told Mueller's investigators that Trump twice ordered him to have Mueller removed and instructed him to create a false record about the decision. And finally, Trump's MarALago neighbors say he can't live there after he leaves the White House. In 1993, Trump signed an agreement with the town that prohibits club members from spending more than 21 days per year in the club's guest suites, and says they can't stay there for more than 7 consecutive days. In a letter to the town of Palm Beach and the Secret Service, a lawyer representing a family that lives next to MarALago reiterated that, quote, MarALago is a social club, and no one may reside on the property, end quote. In 2018, Trump changed his residence to MarALago, in part for tax purposes. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.